Hello, model railroaders, and welcome to Off the Track Mondays, leading up
Well,
to the pop-up event, OVR. How's it going, guys?
we're here.
High ball in that green through the next block there, Mikey. High ball in that green through the next block.
Eyeballing her right through the wall.
Straight to
Right
notch in.
through the wall.
There you go. Now you can see me. So, welcome to Off the Tracks Mondays, and leading up to the OVR pop-up event. Ooh, I should change that. Light in that room. There we go.
Yeah, I turned my light off too.
So how's everybody tonight?
Excited.
Excited. I'm pumped. 5 days to go. Not even.
You get there. Lauren doesn't lose his hair.
No, I'll be okay. I'm
We're
certainly
buying a hat.
I'm certainly excited there, trackside. 5 sleeps, 5 days, and all the excitement that will be happening. Starting up Friday afternoon, getting the balance of the remaining stuff set up, and then hot and ready that next morning. 6:30, 7 o'clock on site, and we go.
And there was a good podcast today, AML Nation. Listen to that this morning on the way to work.
Yeah, the podcast today on the AML, I love listening to that. I think I listened to that 3 times, but I also had 4 coffees today, so I might be zooming a bit.
I only had 2, so we're good.
2 coffees? Yeah, it was a good segue. So that was the MRA pop-up, or the MRA, or no, it wasn't. It was RPM meet, St. Louis.
Yep.
You and Bernard, Mini Prince.
Yeah, that was, we covered the St. Louis RPM, which if anyone's thinking about going to an RPM, it is one of the best RPMs to go to. I enjoyed it a lot, met a lot of cool people. Lots of different manufacturers are there, small manufacturers. Really cool event. Bernard was doing their 3D scanning. So if anyone is thinking about getting scanned, we're going to throw the link up right now. Who's coming to the event? Bernard still has some available spaces open for scanning. So we're going to throw up the link. So if anyone's looking to scan, Bernard is also offering anybody who wants to pick up an online order, he'll bring it there. So definitely get those orders in. I know lots of customers have been placing online orders with us for show pickup for the day of. Keep them coming in, guys. We really are expecting a big crowd and a big turnout for the event. I think one thing that I want to really kind of remind everybody is why we started this event 2 years ago. You want to kind of talk about that, Chris and Mike, why we started this 2 years ago and kind of what we were kind of living in and how we wanted to embrace the modeling community and the Canadian modelers in a whole.
Mike, do you want to go first?
Or I can. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, you go first.
I think, kind of all started when Chris did the Christmas special with the pop-up event, because we were virtual back then, right? 19?
I think that was in February.
Yeah, the virtual Trains Canada.
Yeah. And that one, and then things were starting to slowly open up from the showstopper, and we could go back to in-store shopping, and you had the first annual pop-up event, which was it was a big success, I thought. Right, you had Lionel and Bruce there, and a couple other guys.
Yeah, Mini Prince's first ever show was that day.
Yeah.
Nick and Renee from Imagine That Laser Art. Definitely check them out. They recently just did a couple builds for Rod Stewart. They make beautiful laser stuff. Canadian made, just down the road. They are itlascalemodels.com. So anyone's looking for that, itlascalemodels.com. We had Jordan and the two Dans from Rapido. Remember, they were
Yep.
there. We had Claire from Sylvan Scale Models, long time. This year, guys, Claire is celebrating his 30th year in business.
Oh, wow.
Huge. Another Canadian manufacturer. Bruce and Lionel were doing interviews for the Mother's Life podcast that day. And a brand new entrance in the market, we had Ben from Aurora.
Yeah.
That was the first time everyone kind of got the experience, the Aurora miniatures and Ben, and kind of, see what's all about with his 40-foot containers with working doors and weathered floors, and his kind of, his soon to be 60F that he had been working on. So it was huge.
Yeah. He didn't have samples of the 60F, but he had, kind of what he was working on, right?
Yeah, he did. We showed Andrew and myself. We showed our first two 3D printed NSC 6400 gondolas that day, just to kind of get a feel of the crowd. And lots of guys were picking up what we kind of laid down there for those first couple of days. So that was it. Really, I felt like the event helped galvanize the modeling community. I know all of us here in the chat, we spent time that day and were there. It was huge, I thought.
Yeah, I was there all day.
Yeah.
But
I
was at last year's, yes.
Yeah, no, 2020 when it originally started.
I wasn't at the 2020.
And then last year, with the way the pandemic reduced and we went from a pandemic to an endemic, we started to get a couple of U.S. manufacturers. So remember, we had Frank and Don from Intermountain come up all the way from Colorado.
Yeah.
Intermountain is coming back again, which is great. So any of you guys that are asking about, hey, where they're at on pressure flows or twin stacks or N-scale F units, or, when are we going to see the 5161 hoppers? Chris Palomares, lots of people know him. He's been in the industry for a number of years. He will be coming from Intermountain with lots of samples. He'll have some stuff to be asking customers, as well as looking for advice on future projects and future reruns. So I know lots of guys in Canada in the Northeast have liked Intermountain product through the years. They've had a real good Canadian Flare products, you guys. I know all of us in this chat here, we've got Intermountain products on our layout. So,
Absolutely.
they're definitely a good company. They're very price value, which is great. We had Aurora back last year, and they had additional announcements. They had a couple of new Chinese locomotives that they showed off, as well as further updates on freight cars they were doing last year working on. Rapido had lots of new samples. I mean, we had the chop nose there. We had some RS-18Us, the steamer. I mean, Chris, their table should be filled to the rafters this year with samples upon samples upon samples.
Or free samples there?
Well, James, if you knew how much those samples cost, you probably would be afraid of touching the model.
Yeah, I know.
So, and last year, I believe, at the pop-up, 2022, I guess.
Yep.
It was Bernard's first time scanning, was it not?
Yeah, he scanned Isabel when we started the Princess Izzy campaign. So everyone who bought a Princess Izzy figure, thank you. We're going to be doing a honorarium and a thing with Canadian Breast Cancer Society on Saturday, recognizing everyone that supported it. So I'm trying to get one of their officials there to do that, but I'm still working on getting that resolved. But yeah,
I believe
we had that.
Chris, myself, and Bub's the first one we got scanned, I think.
I remember that.
Mine had to be redone, though. The lighting it wasn't perfect, but I think he's worked everything out since then, so should be no problem.
Well, he's got it down pat now, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there was the last couple of years have been involved into, let's say, one heck of a show.
Yeah,
you won't be disappointed for sure.
I think I have about 30 of those Intermountain hoppers now, not counting the Rapido ones.
Yeah.
So, what we thought last.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
So So what kind of we thought last year, leaving that show, Chris and Mike and James, was how can we top last year's show? Remember, that was the big thing. And,
Yeah.
you guys got me on camera saying, oh, what are you going to do next year? Well, we're going to shoot me out of a cannon. Well, that might be challenging. But I think Otter Valley is shooting itself out of a cannon because this year we have 15 people, manufacturers, associations, authors attending. And I don't know if anyone's been following our OVR Facebook business page since last week, but every day we've been doing a daily campaign. So just to kind of give a highlight, so far we have featured Sylvan Scale models. Claire will be there. He will have all his new GMC 9500 brigades, as well as new vehicles he's working on, as well as current stuff that he is designing. If anyone's ever wants to find out about mid-century vehicles, 40s, 50s, 60s, boats, and other, he is the man.
Yeah.
Isn't he, guys?
He did the CN caboose as well.
Yep.
The Point
He
St.
did,
Charles
yeah.
and
Point
the
Charles.
and the
Yeah, the work cars too.
the org
That's
cars.
great. You got some in your layout.
Yeah.
But I
Does
mean,
great work.
he's done the Great Lakes freighter. He's done the Great Lakes grain freighter. He's done the ore boat. He's done just past year. He did the container boat, the Manchester boat, guys. Remember the container boat?
Isn't that like
He's
4 or 5 feet long?
It's the size of a sofa.
What's that?
Oh, that big.
Yeah, the boat.
Container boat last year, James.
Oh, yes, yeah, I remember that. Yes, it's pretty big.
His
I gotta get one of those.
selection of vehicles is amazing. What he has in the line, and the most Canadian iconic one he has the Labatt streamlined beer truck, which again, it's a classic one for Labatt.
Yeah. And then this year you're topping it all off even bigger and better. So I mean, you definitely you don't want to miss it.
Yep. So he's got a whole whack of new vehicles, new buses. It's just a great opportunity. So then you move into Bernard. Bernard will be scanning, so there's still spots as we mentioned. He's bringing prepaid orders, as well as Bernard will have a couple of new announcements, and you can also announce them about that new product that he announced down in Texas. You got any more information on that, Chris? The sounding portable outhouse.
Yeah, the outhouse itself was designed and built by ITLA, and the little man inside sitting there squatting was done by Mini Prince. And the sound, I forget the name of, is it IMC, something like that?
Iowa Skill Engineering. Engineering.
Oh yeah, that's what it was.
And they did the sound. So it's a first for Mini Prince to have all three come together and do mini sounds. So ISE, yeah. And I'm looking forward to seeing what else he comes up with.
ISE, Bernard said. ISE. Abbreviation form.
You can pre-order those as well. They're $29.99 US dollar right from the miniprince.com website as well. So he's taking pre-orders right now for those.
And he'll probably have a couple samples of those at the show.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely got to get one with a different soundtrack file. Keep it on the tracks.
I need one for my Taco Bell. So.
I need one for my flat car.
I want mine to say, please call 911, please.
So we have 30 in the chat, Mike.
Yeah, 40 in the chat.
So shifting gears, we've got the NMRA Canada. They're going to be in attendance. They will be talking about what's coming up events in our region, which is the WOD, Western Ontario Division, as well as the Niagara Frontier region. They will also have their travel portable layout and learning layout. So definitely there's opportunities there for new modelers, children to learn and understand the hobby. Honestly, guys, this is the greatest hobby around, isn't it?
Yep.
It is.
Never gets old, never dies.
No, it's running out of space.
Great day.
Well, yeah, when you buy 2 of everything.
Yeah.
Way to go, James.
Well, I try. But I
Yeah,
bought
you gotta
30.
support. That's what
30.
it's all about.
Um,
I remember
so
Rapido yacked on too many hoppers.
so they will be there. So if anyone's thinking about joining the NMRA, they will be there. Paul Hurley, as well as the superintendent and the regional chair. So that's huge. So definitely, if you want to get back and join the NMRA band, they're going to be there. Um, the next one to kind of focus on um, will be ESU. ESU will be having their entire team coming up. So Manny, as well as Lee Ryan from ESU, they will be coming up, showing the ecosystem, as well as sound decoders, programmers, and all that jazz. I know a lot of us here on the chat were ESU fans, as well as ESU users. So definitely that's huge.
Huge.
And it's been a long time since they've been in Canada at an event like this. So definitely, if you want to see what they have coming out for new sounds, new decoders, they have a very large prototype and library of Canadian sounds. So they will be in attendance.
That's what impressed me when I asked you before about the new Intermountain locomotive that has their DCC on board. They're using the new ESU basic decoder in those locomotives. It's called, you have them on your website. It's DCC on board, Intermountain. They have a flat rate, I think $224. I think your website has it. But there's a basic locomotive, DCC, no sound.
Yeah.
What makes it affordable for people who are struggling.
So they will be in attendance. So definitely check them out. Bowser. Bowser Manufacturing. Everyone here has had the SD40-2s, the Elco M630s, the M636s. They got a line of RS3s coming out. Chris, you want to kind of talk about what we kind of expect from Bowser for that day? I know they're talking about a couple of new announcements. What are you thinking?
Well, I'm really hoping that they have some samples on hand, first and foremost. The RS3 for sure. I know they have an ONR one, so excited about that. And also the SD40-2W, which is the Canadian version, the wide cab. All the zebras, gotta buy them all. And of course, they did do, or they announced, I guess this was like last January, they had announced a whole bunch of the SD40s in the CPs, and also the ONRs, some more of the ONR ones as well. More of the Red Barns, and I want to say that there was another one. There's so much. I'm looking forward to all of it, but I mean, like Bowser's one of my favorites.
Nice.
So in their catalog is the 40-2,
yeah.
which they're on, I believe, the 4th or 5th run. The SD40-2Fs, which they're on the 3rd run, and they've done a very big selection, including the CMQ, which is very popular with the blue with the moose. Obviously, the RS3s, which they've just done a 1 US run, but they do have the Canadian run coming out, like CP Action Red, CP Maroon, Green, CN. I mean, RS3s Canadian have not been done for a long time, especially at that level. They also have the C636s, which is big northeastern U.S. roads. The C630M, which was Canadian units as well. So CN, CP, Cape Breton and Central Nova Scotia. There's a railroad you guys haven't heard about in a long time or mentioned. They had some pretty nice paint schemes, big alcos. Obviously, the M630s and the M636s of CP and BC Rail vintage, as well as second-handers. But they've also made some other cool Canadian products, like the road railers, both that are available in the Triple Crown and the CN service as well, Chris.
Yep.
They're 70-ton hoppers, which they had numerous Canada Southern, Ontario Northland, TH&B, as well as CP. Recently they did the ballast hoppers in Ontario Northland and other U.S. roads. They're spine cars.
The TTC
The
cars.
PTC, yes, the PCC street collies. They did the TTC versions. So yeah,
Great selection.
really cool stuff. Really cool stuff from them. So that's really cool. They're going to come. It's been a long time since they've been in Ontario. So definitely, if Bowser's one of your favorites, that would be a must on my list to attend. Atlas, unfortunately, will not be attending, but they did send some production and upcoming samples to us, so we will have them on display, and as well as catalogs for customers. So they have that as well, and the catalogs will be free.
Cool.
Rapido, moving to Rapido, we are going to have Dan Darnell and Dan Garcia, and possibly another guy, maybe Jordan or Josh, in attendance. They're going to have all their samples, but including all their samples, which we can run down the list, whether it's the Procar aluminum side hopper, which I know Chris and we talked about as a really cool car in the Procar paint schemes. The next one is the GP9 CN chop nose mother and slug set, which really cool. Next one's the M420s with both the OSR paint schemes that we're doing exclusively, as well as the BC Rail and recently the CN ones, which, we say this for all the time, Chris. Those M420s, they're bangers. They're solidly built. They're good models. Like, it's one of the best, probably the Rapido locomotives in years.
Absolutely.
The D10. The D10. The Hudson.
With sound.
The CP 2816 Hudson will be on display.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, everyone knows CP 2816 the Hudson. Everybody knows that iconic one.
Yeah.
Is that the Royal Hudson?
Yep, that's the Royal one, James.
I rode that one.
On top of that, you're going to see updated samples on the GP38, the GP40.
The Slug.
The Slug, like you said, Mike. The well cars. They got another run of Husky Stack well cars coming back, Chris. The Canadian flat car piggyback cars with all the can car trailers. N-scale barrel cars, N-scale cupola wide vision cabooses, N-scale center beam, HO center beam cars. Probably they're going to have a couple announcements at the show. I'm expecting everything that they got in their duffel bag to be on the table. And I mean everything. And then some.
Cool.
They'll probably be able to provide everybody update where we're at with the turbo program. I know a lot of guys have been asking about that. You name it. On top of that, they have not something that happens every day, guys. So recently, Rapido's put out books. They put out the Via Rail 40-year anniversary book, which I think all of us here have a copy of it, or browsed a copy of it. And they also put out the Tempo book. The author, Kevin Holland, will be there from 11 to 2 signing autographs of your book. And if you want to purchase a book that day, we're going to have books available for sale that day that you can get signed.
I have the Tempo book.
That's really cool, guys, that you can get your book signed that day and meet Kevin Holland, which if anyone here in the chat or on with us knows, he's done numerous books, including with Morning Sun. He would be a great person to talk to and just ask questions or just say hi to. But again, that's not our only author. We got George Duca from White River coming, guys.
Yeah.
Master modeler of that. Great guy. Super nice guy. And we're going to have his recent book from White River, the model railroading the White River. We'll have those books available for sale, and he'll be signing books that day.
A lot of approachable people at the show too. You can ask questions.
Yeah.
What's coming up.
Yeah.
What they have. It's pointers.
What's coming in the season. You name it. I mean, Ben from Aurora, he's kind of teased today on his Facebook that he's going to have announcements.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a nice guy too.
So you name it. Like, we can go down the list. Nick and Renee at ITLA, they're going to have a plethora of samples on hand and
Great
product.
people.
And they have brand new signature flat buildings coming out that they're announcing and showing that weekend.
Gonna pop that question up.
I don't know. I don't know if I have any books left over at the end of the day. That's the truth.
Gilbert.
Because I'm the books were specifically for the authors on the table, which makes sense, right, guys?
Yeah.
I can't run out of books for the event, which would be good and scary at the same time.
Yeah. I think it's gonna be. I'm hoping it's gonna be, or I think it's gonna be a great turnout for sure. Because this is one you don't want to miss.
What's the official start time, Lauren?
I figure all the manufacturers won't be hot and ready till about 10 a.m. Some of them are starting as early as 7:38. I'm going to probably be on site between 6 and 7 to keep things moving and then make sure everything's rolling. I'm probably on site. I probably will be on site till 9 or 10 the night before just to kind of make sure everything's okay.
So we call that dark 30.
I might as well just sleep
not
there.
the sundown.
I might as well just sleep there.
Yeah, I hear you there. There'll be some lives during the pop-up event.
So the OVR live will be OVR Facebook will be live throughout the day, video, pictures, and posts. The YouTube will be live. Numerous channels I know will be going, and we will be definitely tagging people and mentioning it. You should be subscribing to Trackside Mike. You should be subscribing to James's channel, Dundas Junction. You should be subscribing to Go Via Go Home.
Yeah.
These guys are going to be having, live look-ins and content, maybe even a live look-in or interview or more. I mean, there is more that we haven't announced on top of the day. So there's big stuff coming. Are you going to bring me the boom mic for the day, Mike?
Yeah.
If you're going to pull that boom out, I'm going to have to use that mic.
Oh yeah, we're going to use it
for crowd control.
You're bringing your little go-kart, right?
The golf cart?
No, the other thing.
The speeder.
Oh, the speeder.
I want to address this question. So throw up Diamond Master's question there, Trackside.
Sure, Andrew. Boom.
All right. So, what is in it for you N scalers? Well, first off, Rapido's going to have all their N scale samples there. You got the two sound decoder companies, both ESU and Soundtrax, that makes N scale decoders. You got ITLA, which makes N scale buildings. You have Atlas, which has N scale. Sylvan has N scale. You also have our entire store, which is full of N scale inventory. That's right. There's more N scale just come in. Yeah. So there's lots of selection. So everyone thinks that N scale is the scale that's ignored. It's not. But I'm going to say this right now, guys. It's hard to make new announcements. For the manufacturers have experienced this in the last year, and I have been a little bit gun shy too. If you don't get enough orders, you don't break even. And a couple of the manufacturers have stated that on different lives and on different newsletters, Chris, that they didn't get sufficient enough orders.
Yeah, I have seen that where they didn't get enough orders, so they couldn't make it. They had to cancel it, or
pause it
till it does pick up speed, right? So,
yep.
It's really important, no matter what scale you're doing. If you see something that you like and you want these companies to make even more, put in your pre-orders, because that's the only way they're going to know. So let them know, get yours, set aside for you. That way you don't miss out, because even if they do, that in some cases there's not a lot made. So you want to make sure you secure yours before anybody else.
Absolutely.
And just like last year, guys, when we announced our first 3 freight cars. We announced three different freight cars last year. The 6400, which we've delivered. We didn't ask for people for a deposit. We just asked if you have a level of interest, please place your pre-order. So that way, and that went over really well. We announced the 6000, which we will be giving updates at the show where they're at, as well as a couple other things special with that. We have all the pipe car samples on hand, as well as the scale pipe, and be updating that on when that's arriving. But that's all coming at the end of October, which is really exciting for us. We have new announcements planned that day. That's right. We have brand new announcements planned that day.
Yeah.
We're not asking for deposits. We're not asking for anything. But if you have a level of interest and you want to have that, your pre-order ensures that we push the production through and that your pre-order allocation gets fulfilled. And that's really important.
It's some big announcements too. So, I mean, another reason why, we'll do some lives and, you don't want to miss the show for sure.
You know what? And I have no problem saying this. I would love to see everybody who comes. If you want to talk with me or say hi or get a signature or a picture or pick my brain on what's coming or what's going on, we'd love to have you. And I know Chris would love to take pictures and selfies with people. I know Mike would. James, I think, does some selfies every so often. But you know what? We're really
We catch them
approachable.
once in a while.
We're really approachable people, and you know what? We love the modeling community. I think all of us here tonight know that. We do that because we have a passion for the hobby and we have a passion for the modeling community as a large. So,
and if it's your first time to Otter Valley as well, don't be shy. We can help you out as well too. We've seen the shelves up and down, and Lauren knows that store like the back of his hand. So if you can't find something, let us know, and we'll give you a hand.
We'll help you out.
Lauren will help you, because I got my pre-order down here that Lauren helped me 2 years ago, and I still got it here. It's on the floor. It hasn't moved, but Lauren did help get that one for me.
Yep.
And also, I've got some American guys coming up, so they're going to be like, look at all this candy.
Yep.
James wants two. Two. Everyone wants two.
So, it's really going to be an exciting day.
Yeah.
So, we can take a pause for a couple of seconds, answer some questions while we kind of segue to the next thing, or maybe we just go around the table and say, the 3 things that each of you guys are looking forward to on Saturday.
Sure.
Mike, you go first, and I'll go last.
Okay. So I'm looking forward to seeing everybody there. What's new? What's coming out? Talking to the manufacturers like Nick from ITLA, Bernard from Mini Prints, Intermountain, Bowser, right? These are all companies that have been down in the States, and they're coming up to Canada again. I think it's going to be a fantastic day. Soundtracks, when the soundtrack's been up?
Been a long time, Mike.
Right, so some good questions. When you are at the event, to ask them. Don't be shy, because they are great people. They're modelers just like we are, and they enjoy the hobby just as much. So met a lot of them when we went to Amherst. Had a great time, and I'm sure Saturday is going to be overexciting.
I think I'm looking forward to. I definitely want to see Intermountain. I was checking their webpage the other day, and they have a bunch of new stuff coming out that we haven't seen yet in the stores, especially that go with the ones we already have, like the EJE and that kind of stuff. They have new ones coming out to go with those. And I definitely want to I want to see that D10, that Rapido. I like that locomotive. It's on a big wish list. That means I can't buy anything else but that. That looks very good. It looks very impressive. And I definitely want to add that to the mixture. And I want to meet the people, chit chat. And I think it's going to be a good time. Last year was very good last year. It's going to be better. It's going to be rambling with people. So it'll be good.
I think that one of the biggest things for me is all the announcements. I always get really excited when I know that there's going to be announcements and whatnot. It's like Christmas Day, you know, and of course also meeting all of you and getting to hang out all day. You know, chatting about trains and whatnot. I think if it's one thing that we all have in common, it's the hobby, right? So it's definitely going to be good conversation about what's going on and what everybody's looking for and whatnot, which is great. I'm also looking forward. I'm going to pick it out. I'm going to say, honestly, the Intermountain Gevos that just came in. I'm really excited to see what else came in that import as well. If you're going to let us know, Lauren, there if there's any highlights from the import. But yeah, I'm super excited for my Gevos. So yeah, those are my three.
My first one, obviously, is to see the modeling community, see longtime friends and supporters of OVR, meet new acquaintances, rekindle acquaintances I haven't seen for a while. So obviously, the friendships and relationships that we all have in this hobby, I think that's number one for me. Number two, it truly is the excitement of the day and what it means for our company, our announcements, and the modeling energy in the room. And lastly, deep down, what new announcements that fit on the Hamilton to Fort Erie Lauren James layout? Because I secretly deep down want new stuff for my layout, like we all do on in our trains. Yeah,
100%. Yeah, like I said, I've been the first one you did, the second one last year when you rolled out the new AIM gondolas, and I think this year is just gonna top that even.
I don't know how I'm going to do better next year, but we're working on this week. Because
I didn't want to talk too much about the import in case you had that in the next segue.
That'll be the next segue. But no, I mean, you're right, Mike. I mean, we thought we were so humbled. I think honestly, Chris, James, and Mike, when we left there at 6:00, 6:30 last year,
Mm-hmm.
We all as a group went out and had dinner together, and like everyone was smiling, everybody was glowing, everybody was happy. Like after some of us putting in for 10 or 12 hours that day, we were still like, just a kid.
Yeah.
Smiling.
And we found the Harveys that Lionel and Bruce couldn't find.
I know, but there was a comment on today's A Mother's Life podcast that I said, and I'm going to say it again. These kind of events, they have to make you fall deeper in love with the hobby.
Yeah.
They do. Because some of these manufacturers, you know what? Some of them are now our friends. Some of them, they'll give us an example or let us be on. They'll come on one of our lives, or they'll come to our event, or they'll. You know what? It's really cool. And you know what? That's cool that you can make friendships with both your suppliers and people in the hobby. And the other thing too is just seeing new stuff that you saw as a kid, like whether it's the story about me in the Norfolk and Western caboose, which that's why I'm in the hobby, that caboose.
Yeah.
Mike, I know you fell in the hobby because of all your times going down to Sarnia and watching the A and B slug sets working the A or B Sarnia yard.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, Chris, your love for ONR. I mean, imagine if there's an ONR announcement on Saturday.
You're gonna kill me. I'm not prepared
to watch it.
I have a full week to prepare mentally for when these announcements happen because I know it's going to be like clockwork.
I'm not announcing. I'm not saying anything. I'm not saying anything, Chris, but you never know. There could be a good card on the river turn. Next thing you know, you're like, oh, look at that. I got a full house.
I can't talk any more TH&B, so I'm okay. I got them all.
James, you never know.
You never know. You never
You
know.
never know. Because I'm going to say this, and I want everyone who's either watching this or watching the live. You're not going to get a better day than Saturday in the Canadian market than you're going to get. You have 15 of one of the biggest players in the industry, 12 of them being manufacturers, in one building.
Yeah.
To get this kind of traction, you need to go to Springfield.
And that was huge.
And
that
that's
was my first time going to that last year.
And that's a 10+ hour drive for most people that will be attending our event.
Yeah.
Okay. And bad weather too, Mike, because let's be honest, that show is every other year bad weather.
Yeah. Well, let's hope this year it's good weather.
Yeah. Throw that comment from Engine House up.
Sure.
So when I was down to St. Louis, I met Justin, great guy. He was really interested in our OVR product. So he is one of our retail partners in the States that's handling it. Everyone there loved it, and so is people in the Midwest. So
Nice.
definitely keep an eye on it. But you know what? You're not going to get that many players. I mean, I think we all deep down wonder if this is the last show that Bowser does. So if you've been a fan of Bowser for a long time, you need to go. If you're a longtime supporter of soundtracks and you want to meet George, get a picture with him, maybe get a Soundtracks purple shirt or something or whatever, or ask about the new Blue Nami. That's right. I'm thinking of you there, DC Forever Doug. That's right. I still shout out my old DC friends there. You can learn about Blue Nami.
So, hey Lawrence, you think I should bring my die-cast Bowser and take it to Bowser warranty service?
Probably not on that one, James. They're probably not servicing any more Farney models anymore, but it's a good try.
Yeah.
And you know what? You get to meet guys that you've been watching their YouTube videos, whether it's Chris from Go OVR Go Home, or whether it's James, whether it's Trackside Mike, whether it's Sparky, whether it's Bernard from Mini Prince, who has his monthly show, whether it's Wigwag, whether it's
Dave, Crooked River and Eastern.
Dave, exactly. Or Andrew SOR, who's my partner on the cars.
Yeah.
You name it.
Anthony Georgia Sunbelt.
Yeah. And there's more. There's more channels coming. There's more guys coming. This is a great option for the Modeling Community Day. And there's no cost to come. There's no cost to entry. There's no donation requested. If you stick around for lunch, we're doing a pizza and a pot for a toonie. So,
I like
you know what? You can't do better than that for the day.
Gee.
And truthfully, outside of a Springfield now, this is the last event on Canada and North America till Springfield.
Yeah.
So if you want to see new announcements, if you want to go on with stuff, this is a great opportunity.
It's definitely a change from seeing a lot of these things, because a lot of the manufacturers, they'll post their videos and whatnot. And I know some of us we make videos, like when we were at the Rapido barbecue. We were filming a lot of the new product and whatnot. It's a whole other ballgame when it's sitting right in front of you, and to be able to experience that and to be able to converse with them and ask them all the questions that are burning inside, that you want to know, what about this? When is this coming? Or, when can I expect this? And, they have all the answers, right? So they'll be able to help you out, and it'll be great.
Mike, throw up Raycon's post.
Yeah.
There's 100% reason why you need to be at the show, guys. If you're thinking about a model coming up, or you're thinking about an announcement, or you're still on the edge about a pre-order or whatever, You get to see the manufacturer. You get to see the samples, whether they're pre-production or production models. You get to ask the questions. You can walk
And they
over to
will.
you can walk over to OVR and place a pre-order if you'd like that day. We'll gladly accommodate anything going on, whether it's in-store sales or pre-orders. But you get to see the samples. And you as the consumer and the modeler get to make a choice or ask your questions there. And the truth thing about this, guys, there is no dumb question at these events.
Yeah, and they will show you the.
You should feel that way. Yeah.
100%.
In some cases, you end up learning things that you might not be aware of, or their process on making it, or how they've made one, and just from that tooling, all the possibilities as well. Put your hat in or put your name in the hat and see if they'll end up making your something that you're requesting, or
Yeah.
100%. Absolutely. Very, very big lineup of manufacturers in one place for sure at the same time.
Oh, it's a very good. Yeah, good show.
Right there, like Split Rock said. You want to talk to George at Soundtracks? He's there. He's personable. He'll talk to you. He'll make the time for you. And on top of that, guys, and I'm announcing this tonight, and it'll be on our Facebook page on Wednesday. We are doing a special Soundtracks clinic after 5 to 6 for anyone who would like to stay, where George will be talking about upcoming new Soundtracks products, also including the Blue Nami. And remember last year, guys, we had the presentation after 5 from Frank from Intermountain.
Yeah.
We all learned a lot, didn't we?
Yeah, Frank and Donna.
He really took us inside the veil of how, the whole model train industry works and how the whole process starts, didn't he?
And the Blue Nami.
And I already liked the cylindrical hoppers, and then he made me love them that much more. It was crazy.
Well, I think when you guys found out how many hundreds of thousands he made, you probably were like,
I'm missing a
wow.
couple.
I'm missing some,
what,
yeah.
What was the number and how many wheel sets do you think that he had massively had produced? Was it like 6 or 8 million sets?
I think it was close to 8 million.
Yeah, 8 million
some
wheels.
Ridiculous.
8 million 33-inch wheel sets. A lot of wheels, boys.
That's a lot of wheels making trains go round and round.
Yeah.
The Blue Nami, when we were in Amherst, they weren't far from us, so I actually went over to their booth and got to run one of those. I don't know, it was about this big. This is like your garden scale. What was that? Like one?
That was Lego.
No, not that one. The UPS one?
Oh no, that was an O.
O scale. It was big, anyways.
Because at Denver he had Blue Nami and Lego trains.
Okay, no, this is like your garden scale.
Yeah.
And I thought that was pretty neat. You can do it off your phone or off your iPad,
Android.
right?
Yeah.
So, but of those guys, Soundtracks and ESU, who's doing Keep Alives?
They both are.
Are they?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So Soundtracks has the they're not called Keep Alive. Chris, trying my brain here.
Stay Alive or something. It was something very similar.
They're basically a capacitor where you add a plug-in, and then ESU has the power pack. Both of them allow that. To answer Derek, they kind of answer Derek Alexander's question. No sneak peeks tonight. You got to watch the event Saturday. You got to come. There's a lot of excitement in those announcements. A lot.
Current keeper? Yeah, probably.
Current keeper. Yeah. Thanks, Split Rock.
And we
So-
got a lot of neighbors that are gonna make the trip up. So
Yes.
So, what else could you do, Mike, if you come to Tillsonburg and you've enjoyed the show? What other rail fan things is there in town? Let's talk about how we've had different events and what we've enjoyed. What things have you enjoyed when you come to town in Tillsonburg, Mike, for rail fanning or on the way?
there's the CP main line.
Yep.
Runs up in Woodstock, London.
So definitely, if you want to see some CP mainline action, the closest spot is Zora or Woodstock. It's about 35 minutes away. The CN main line is in Ingersoll, which hosts about 40, 45 trains a day, give or take, Mike?
Oh, at least.
Okay.
least.
OSR. So if you're coming down Highway 19, going by Salford, you're going to go by the Salford shop. Some of the best first generation power there. Jeep 9s, F7s, RS 23s.
Do they still have the chassis?
The chassis is still there.
Oh, nice.
RS 18s. They got the snowplow there, guys. The TH&B NW2. You name it. And then obviously we got OSR's yard and operations in Tillsonburg in the north part of town. And then the other one that we kind of did a tour of last year was GeoRail. Remember when we did the tour of the
Yeah.
startup of the short line?
I climbed on top of that sucker.
So they've got their GP9 XCP over there. They've got a brand new tank farm, guys, which they have 3 critters around the yard. And they also have a brand new salt bagging operation, Mike.
Okay. And that's,
if
close
anyone
by to the shop.
and if anyone wants to know the happenings of rail fanning in Tillsonburg, you go find Daytona that day. He is the man of Tillsonburg.
Yep.
Yeah. If you're looking for things to do the next day, obviously we're an hour and a half from Niagara Falls. So if you're thinking about coming up for the show and want to kind of have a night over, you could easily do a quick run to the falls, couldn't you, Chris?
Yeah, it's an hour?
Hour 35. Hour
Yeah.
35.
Not too bad.
In addition to that, if you want to make a quick run to Toronto, you can be there in 2. As well as if you wanted to enjoy stuff around the lake. I mean, we got some of the best wineries along Lake Erie in the Niagara region. We got fresh fish. We've got antique and shabby chic shops. So if you're bringing your wife and she's looking for options, we can go wineries. You could go to the Barntique. Look at the little thing that Sarah has up front, Mike, where it's like, let's go to the Barntique. It's Kellen Zimmer asked right there. It's great restaurants in town. First off, if you want pub food, Kelsey's is great. If you want fish, Mills is great. If you want Lake Erie perch, you could easily make a run to Dover in 20 minutes.
Yep.
If you wanted kind of that mom and pop, the Perk downtown. We're going to have a list board for different food options for everybody in town. You name it. Can you arrange a drive past of SOR for Saturday? Can't do that. Oh, for OSR? For OSR? Maybe. If I can, I'll announce it.
Yeah, because there's a couple of yards down at Nanaco.
Yeah, those are more. You're not getting in there.
Yeah, you can't get into them, but there's a couple of yards there.
Yep.
Last year when we did the YouTube meet and greet, and we were able to go to these places, I know for some of them, especially the OSR shops, you had gotten permission for us.
Yeah, and I'm going to be dealing with that tomorrow.
Oh, okay. So it'll be something where everyone.
I'll
okay.
I'll make an announcement to let them know.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Yep.
Sweet.
Yep.
Yeah, but even if you are coming up with your significant other or date, there is a lot of good places around Tillsonburg and in the area to go and do your own kind of shopping.
Yeah. For instance, if you're coming with your spouse, your significant other, and she wants to drop you off at the train shop, definitely my wife Sarah will have a list of options for stuff to think about. Whether you want to go to the quilting store that's in Waterford, Whether you want to go to Coyle's Country Market, which I know a lot of us have went there through the years for candy and different stuff like that, or confectionery stuff, or the Barntique, which I know a lot of wives will go out to the Barntique. There's only 20 minutes. Now people know this, Mike, but most of the wineries in Lake Erie, they're at about 5 mile radius on Front Road down in Long Point, Turkey Point. And
Yeah.
definitely there's some beautiful options there if you want to have dinner out on the patio, looking the point. There's some nice shopping options in Tillsonburg. There's some nice shop hoppings all over. Heck, if you really want to treat your wife right, get her a day at the Elmhurst Inn in Ingersoll.
That's your story.
Get a spa day. I know I've had one customer where his wife was at the spa the whole day. And, right there, staying at the Milltail Inn. Dinner is very good, John Garvin. Throw that one up there, Mike.
Yeah, John might even be at the shop.
That is one of the best food options in Tillsonburg, John.
Yeah.
Where is that, Lauren? The Mill Inn.
That is half a kilometer from the shop. They are on John Pound Road.
Okay.
Yeah, nice little place to go.
I'm gonna check that out one day.
Yeah, so they got numerous options. Some of the other things, I really want to promote this. There's going to be a lot of guys in the crowd that's going to be at the event that you're going to want to meet. Whether it's the guys with the manufacturer tables or with the NMRA, but maybe maybe you want to meet somebody like Larry Broadbent, who has been a resource for pictures of information in Southern Ontario for years. Maybe it's some of the Waterloo Central Club guys, whether you want to meet about what they have going on up at the layout up in KW. Maybe you want to meet some of the guys that have layouts that you've seen on the tours. You name it. There's going to be so many options that day. Maybe you want to get a picture with the gang, where last time we did a picture outside.
Yeah.
What about Lionel?
Maybe you want to get a picture with Lionel and Bruce, the agitated mailboy.
Got him on my layout.
Yeah. Maybe you want to get a picture of me and Izzy. You name it. Or you want to get a picture of Sarah and ask Sarah, how do you put up with all Lauren's shenanigans?
She's not gonna answer that question.
I know. I'm probably pushing it right. I'm probably pushing it right now.
And the time, right? The time will fly like there's no tomorrow, but it'd be a good time.
For the last
Right.
3 weeks plus this week, it's been a daily grind to keep everything moving. Whether it's making sure we got everybody firmed up, got this space, made sure these supplies come in, made sure the artwork was done, made sure the announcements were done, made sure we've got enough staff on hand, whether a couple of volunteers like you guys are helping me for the day, whether we've got this pulled, we got that pulled, we've got equipment ready, we've got alternates for rail fan options together, we've got I was at a hotel tonight making sure there was still some hotel room capacity available. You name it.
And
on and on and on.
And there's lots of good areas around there to do rail fanning. Like I was going to take those guys on the way home, if it's not dark, to Denfield Road.
I noticed in the chat that Sparky is going to open up his layout after the show on Saturday.
Yeah.
So, if you want to go and see Sparky's layout on the way back to KW or Toronto, definitely check that out. To mention Kellen Zimmer's comment down there, we're actually adding 2 more payment terminals that day, Kellen. So it will not go down. It will not go down.
You'll have 3, right?
Yes.
3 checkouts.
Yep.
And bigger shopping carts.
Yep.
Bigger shopping carts?
Yeah.
Yep, we're going to have a couple larger shopping carts for anyone who needs it.
Lauren's truck will fit.
Anybody who needs assistance or needs stuff pulled, ask. We'll gladly help. There'll be enough people around. Just wave your hands and someone will come over and help you. Definitely mingle between the 2 buildings. Our warehouse is full of inventory, so shop early, shop daily, shop often, shop through the day. Take your time, chat with the manufacturers, take your time and talk with some of the modelers that are coming, you name it. We got some options for the kids. You know, and you know what? Got the Polka King. Who in
The
here
Polka
knows
King.
who the Polka King is?
I do.
If you do, does that mean you're old? Or no?
Probably is correct.
So we have
Just
Walter
because I remember that.
We have Walter Osnak, who people don't realize this, but he is a 13-time Grammy selected artist, 4-time Grammy Award winner. I believe Mikey's got 12 or 13 polka albums.
Yeah.
We got the polka.
We got polka, we got chains, and we got manufacturers.
Yep.
What more could you ask for on a nice Saturday day?
Yep. Yeah.
You're all set. Maybe a fiddle.
Now I got some pictures to share. If everyone's ready for them, just give me a second.
Yes, Andrew, the Polka King.
Yep. I remember him.
So it should be a good, like I say, it's going to be a fantastic turnout.
It should
I'm
be
sure
excellent.
there's a lot of guys doing lives. They'll be doing videos. There'll be people shopping and hanging out and just talking trains or all kinds of stuff. Can you share that, or you want me to?
I got it. You want to throw me up there?
Okay. Boom.
So, what's kind of cool about the event and OVR is we constantly do exclusives. So this is another example of a Southern Ontario Niagara exclusive. So this is the Trillium Railway RS18U. We'll have production samples of that on hand. So if you want to see one, we'll have it there. So that'll be out at the end of October. There we have some availability left. Yep. So we have that one. In addition, we have the Ontario Southland M420 coming. So definitely that's another cool one, Mike.
Yeah.
There'll be samples of that there as well. So we're doing all 3 road numbers, 644, 646, and 647. This one's really cool. The Dash 8 40cm faded. Maybe Chris can talk about this one because I know Chris is all about the all about that big GE bass.
Well, I mean, I had one of the original Dash 8s that they had done where it was a really nice drive and not as much detail as what these are going to have. But even as a locomotive at the price point, I think it was about 200 that you were selling it to for DCC and sound. It was an amazing locomotive. And guys would still add their own detail, but it's really nice that they did finally re-release it, or it's going to be re-released with all the detail added and whatnot. And I don't think I realized that the one that you were doing was faded in that way. And
faded with the replacement door and the hand bomb number board.
That's awesome.
That's amazing.
It's dirty. It's already dirty then.
It's the little details, something like that, that just it almost writes a story. You know what I mean? And it's just it adds that next level of detail to it, which is amazing.
You don't need a tetanus shot with every purchase. Don't worry.
But I believe that was on the funeral train I caught.
So this version actually lasted about 2.5 years and just recently has went for DOA. But yeah, I mean, we got that version as well as Sunfade bleach version.
Mm.
Yeah,
I'm not sure which one I like more, the Dash 8 or the M420. They're both really good pullers, so it's a tough call. Might as well get both.
Get both, sure.
And then definitely look for updates on this. So we're doing a special Rapido Turbo, the VIA version with the CN red nose. So there will be updates on that there. So definitely everyone's looking what the status of the turbos coming. Rapido should have information as well as kind of a approximate timeline.
Awesome.
Yeah, definitely look for a Rapido newsletter this week, announcing some new stuff as well as our event. They were going to have some stuff on their Facebook coming up this week about our event, and then there'll be one of the featured days this week coming up. So definitely check that out. Sign up some of the cool stuff we've done in the past. Being a homer, and Lionel kind of ribbing me about this, but we did a London Transit bus once upon a time.
Yep.
And we did 6 names. This one is the Richmond, but we did Richmond, Adelaide, Oxford East, Dundas, Wellington Road, and the Fairgrounds. We still have a few of those left. So if you're definitely looking for a bus or you're a bus collector, I mean, that's another thing that's so great about this show, guys.
I need the Dundas.
Rapido, they make buses, they make vehicles. Claire makes buses, makes vehicles. He's there. You don't have to be into trains to come to the show. You could just be a collector of 187 models. Come. We love having 187 guys come to our events. Heck, I mean, half of Springfield, Mike, was 187 clubs there, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, big layouts.
It's one thing that I never thought I would get into besides the trains. I love the buses. What are they called? The iconic replicas, amazing. Yep. And then the Rapido ones, amazing. Like, yeah, I love collecting all the different buses.
Classic metalworks, you name it.
Mm-hmm. Trucks and stuff too.
Another thing, guys, there's going to be a lot of guys that are coming there to do transport trucks, 187 rigs. Again, Claire's there, trucks and stuff. Herpa, Promatex. There's lots of stuff coming if you're doing truck collections. What if you're doing a farm scene? What if you're a farmer and you want to do a farm diorama? Well, we have farm and farm products coming from mini prints and scale. We've got farm equipment coming from Claire at Sylvan, as well as all the different manufacturer lines we have in the shop, whether it's scenery from Woodland Scenics, Scenic Express, Notch, Pico, you name it, right, Chris? And you can go down the line of, whether you want to have some Burkina vehicles, whether you want to have some Tridents, whether you want to have some Walter Scene Masters, whether you want to have some Rapido vehicles, whether you want to have some agricultural Lone Star trucks. I mean, this is not just a train event. This is for 187s for the day. This is for guys that are doing dioramas and farm scenes. We encourage everybody. You're all part of the greater modeling community. Everyone is welcome.
Yeah, I have a hard time walking past that section in the store.
What section is that?
The trucks and stuff.
Rigs get to Mike's knees pretty hard.
Yeah, it's like, PJ and the Bear. You got.
I go for the equipment movers. I like those.
No, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the diecast masters. You're right, James. Yep. There's a lot of nice 187 like dumps, triads, low boys.
I have some here.
You name it. I mean, there's, we want to talk about earth movers. We want to talk about tree equipment. I mean, if you want to do a forestry scene, maybe you want to do something as morbid as a cemetery or a funeral home scene. We have that stuff. Whether it's your downtown decos, whether it's your notch figurines. Maybe you want to do a swimming pool with some skinny dippers. Come and see our layout in the store. We got a little watering hole with the girls skinny dipping.
Nice.
All the mini prints in the pool.
Mini prints in the pool. I mean the notch German figures of the scenes. You never know.
Mm-hmm.
Really cool stuff coming.
Yeah, there's
another thing that we haven't talked about was we're actually having a bring and bag show table. So if you're thinking about you want to show off a model you're working on, we're kind of having a couple tables that are kind of like RPM style tables. So definitely we're encouraging that. Come. We'll have a couple cards there where you can fill out your name and what you're working on. You name it.
The layout won't come. That's too big.
But I think Bernard will have his.
But I really think.
Diorama.
But I really think, guys, a lot of guys just don't realize how much of a wow factor it is when they walk in the shop, do they?
No.
I get lost.
These are about 3 weeks old pictures, guys. So she's fully stocked. And my girls, and bless their heart, and I am grateful for them every day, they are working their tails off to get the store refilled as fast as they can and making it look like it really is one of the best shops in the country. So, you know,
I think
come
they
to
do
come
fantastic work.
come to shop. There's going to be lots of stuff in the shop to purchase that day. Lots of stuff to browse. Lots of stuff for expanding your layout. Lots of stuff for expanding your collection. Lots of stuff to start your layout. It doesn't stop.
Hey, you still trying to load them up, Derek?
I mean, look at how much glass there is there, Mike.
Are you showing a picture right now? Because we just see a black screen.
Oh,
I see
my bad.
that.
Oh, my bad. Sorry.
Okay, now we see something.
Now we see it.
We're back.
Sorry.
Okay, back up.
It went on the wrong street. Hold on.
Rewind.
Rewind.
We currently are experiencing technical difficulties with Lauren's ancient computer. There we go.
That's why we call it Off the Tracks Monday.
You see it?
Nope. Share your screen.
Mike. All right. I'm getting there. Hold on.
No worries. We can keep talking. But yeah, if
Hi,
you've never
Master.
seen this in person, you will be pretty much overwhelmed with all the candy in the shop.
Definitely there.
Lots of candy.
Tell you, my neck gets a good workout because I walk in and I'm like, whoa, because it's not just here, it's up here, it's everywhere, it's
Everywhere.
It's easy to get lost in there.
My first HO train I ever bought in my life was a TH&B GP7 from the Otter Valley Railroad.
Yeah. And
He lost him.
that will stay up. He'll come back.
Yeah.
Hey, Eric St. Pierre, how's it going?
I get
Thanks
back
for
in a minute.
putting out the
I'm
chat.
gonna first to mute.
Where you going?
I'll be back in a minute.
Okay.
I got it. Where am I?
So yeah, if you've never seen OVR in person, you are coming up, you'd be pretty impressed. So I've gone to quite a few hobby shops throughout North America, and it's like, wow, definitely stocked. And if they don't have it, they pretty quick to help you out and order it in if they can get a chance to do so, but they will. And yeah, the girls are very good packaging. They ship out daily.
They're so helpful too. They know where everything is, even if you can't find it. You just say, "Hey, Hilda, this." They're like, "Oh, it's over here." It's like, how do you remember all that? Mind you, they basically live there. So
There he is. Can you still hear us, Lauren?
he's thinking about it.
8 o'clock, somebody streaming or?
Well, now that I know that
Here.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
I'm back.
He's back.
I'm back. Well, I can go digging for stuff I bought from OVR and show it off. I got lots of stuff.
Oh. Okay, well, we keep chatting there if you want.
Mike, are you going to bring Are you going to bring any of the cars that you've graffitied?
Am I going to bring any of the cars I graffitied?
Yeah.
The gondolas?
Yeah. Well, I was
guess.
thinking because we've got a couple of the 6400s that we did.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, well, now that I know that there's like a table set up for that, I might put one of mine on display or something, just for fun.
Yeah, I can bring a couple or see what I can find. Ones that I've done.
Lauren's stuck.
Hello, Randall. How's it going? Might be just streaming or something, right?
I don't know. What'd you do to poor Lauren?
I dropped just because of the connection.
Oh,
So
Anthony's asking the when and where for the train show. Well, the pop up.
so
it's on Tilson Street.
This Saturday,
What's the
September 16th, from 9 to 5, possibly even 6, depending which manufacturer is going to do a little workshop afterwards. Like last year, we had Intermountain do a workshop afterwards if you stayed.
I believe you said it was soundtrack.
It's 37 Tilson Street, Unit E, Tillsonburg.
Yeah, soundtracks. See if we got him now.
Well, I got his name.
Soundtracks is doing a clinic.
Hang on. And I'm going to add. There we go.
He's having signal issues.
And yes, Wigwag, your back still aches when you hear that word.
Speaking of Wigwag, get his passport?
I'm not sure. I know they talked about he was going to check it out yesterday, I think. No, maybe today.
You got to put a rush on that at this point.
No passport yet.
That's not good.
Yeah, Brian, keep it alive.
Could be if you're streaming a bunch, like if you're watching TV and stuff, and you got computers going. Could need a booster, or sometimes will interfere with the internet services, right?
Well, some places, when we were up in Smith Falls and Kingston area on the weekend there, we had a lot of areas that had no cell service and Wi-Fi, cell, internet, garbage. It was terrible. Cell was non-existent.
Even when you're like we're at Smith Falls, like you say, sometimes your signal was in and out if you're doing a live or on the phone.
When I went to Battersea after I left Smith Falls, I had zero signal there. Zero. Yeah. I couldn't do it live. Light depended on me there.
I find that when you walk around with it, that's when you're more likely to lose your signal. But if you find a good spot, you just put it on your tripod, leave it, and then you're
find that magic.
But as soon as you start walking with it, it'll go blurry and.
But when I tried to go live at Tillsonburg, the sun was so bright I couldn't see the phone. They wanted some information that they wanted a title and all that kind of stuff, and I couldn't see the phone to do it.
Yeah, I could see him in the basement, but I don't see him in the basement. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah, 100%, absolutely.
I have full screen. I'm watching the chat on my tablet.
The I know that's why I haven't really posted up any railfan videos, because every time the train was going over the frog on the switch, because I had my camera so close to the tracks, it was like,
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
like, ah.
So Nick is asking, because I think Nick just joined us here. He's looking for a bit of a recap. So let's list off the manufacturers
Sure.
that we know for sure are going to be there. So starting with A for Aurora.
Yeah.
I'm here.
Oh,
Okay.
we
I
see him,
hear
but we
him.
don't.
B for Bowser.
B for Bowser, yeah.
I for
Rapido.
Intermountain.
Yeah.
R for Rapido.
That's for Sylvan scale models.
Yeah.
Yep.
E for ESU. S for Soundtracks. Who else?
ATLIA.
Yeah.
I
Mini
for
Prince.
Imagine That.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
I for Imagine That.
Imagine that.
Laser. Yeah.
O for Otter Valley.
You can hear me, right?
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
can hear
you.
you.
We can hear you.
Otter Valley's got
Hello.
their models there.
Can you hear us,
Okay, I
Mark?
had to kick the modem. O for Otter Valley.
Yeah.
I can hear you. I'm about ready to smash my modem.
Anthony Borden, I think Chris has that in order. The Chocolate Factory.
Maybe.
They're the
Yeah,
better.
it's on hold for me. Give me a week.
I have to see you guys build that. It looks like it's too big of a.
So I counted 10
Yeah.
there when you guys are naming them off.
10. Okay.
There's also authors that are going to be there. AML.
Yep.
A for AML.
The
B for
training organization is going to be there. What do
The
you call
MRA.
it? Yes.
Yeah.
MRA, yeah.
So that's 12. So we're missing 3.
No. Mini Prince.
We said them.
Okay.
I think Mini Prince counts as two.
George Duca from White River.
Duca. Yes.
There's 14 and one more.
Kevin Holland.
Kevin Holland's the other author.
And I for Intermountain.
We
did that. We got that one.
Okay.
I think got them all.
And how many was last year?
5.
Last year we had Aurora,
Yeah.
Rapido, Intermountain, the OVR private label, and Sylvan.
That's right.
5.
5.
And the year before, the very first one was Aurora, ITLA.
Yep.
Rapido. Mini Prince. Am I missing one?
Mini Prince, Aurora, Sylvan,
Oh, yeah. Sylvan. So that's 5.
and Rapido.
Yeah.
That was for year 1.
Year 1.
I didn't make it to year 1 for some reason.
Yeah, I couldn't make it down either because of work.
Yeah. But that was 2020 or 2021?
2020.
I was quite busy running back and forth to Cambridge with my mother-in-law during that period of time. I was making 3-4 trips a week. You get a pin if every year you go.
Well, you do get pins when you go.
I got a hat from Mikey when I went.
You got a hat.
Mike, it might be a good idea.
We heard it might be a good idea, but that's all we got.
Yeah. That's all I heard. Text him or something. Hold the fort.
Hold the fort.
Yeah, you guys all right for a minute?
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
all right.
Okay, I'll give him a shout.
You gonna call him? So just us two.
And then there was 2.
Oh, two's a good number. Oh, he's back. Maybe.
Okay, he's back. Yeah, it's working. Are you there, Lauren, or you can hear us?
I'm here.
Oh, fine. You're
Okay.
here.
We can hear you.
I'm here.
You're here.
I think we should soon end this before this thing kills over again.
Okay. Is there anything else you want to share before we cut it loose for the night?
No, I'm about ready to smash my modem, so I need to end this before I lose my mind.
Oh,
Okay.
we don't want that. We need you back.
Yeah. We need you. We need to play it.
Yeah.
Need a plan?
I don't know what's going on, but maybe there's just too many streams tonight in my house.
Could be.
Well, the government's doing
So
more.
I hope to see everybody. I hope to see everybody there on Saturday. Watch our Facebook, our YouTube through the day. Definitely subscribe to Go Via Go Home's page. He'll have video and content through the day, as well as Dundas Junction, Trackside Mike. Definitely say hi. Come up to us. If you throw up the Wolfpack symbol, I will give you the Wolfpack symbol, like Trackside's doing right there. You know, when you're OVR, you're OVR for life. There you go. Even James has got it up. There we go.
Straight
We're
to
gonna have
not
to we're gonna have to spray paint you into the OVR gang there, James.
Yeah, right. Unless you're gonna bring back the Nuki bullet for me.
We get the S10,
anyways.
that's close.
Anyways, definitely come and see us. Would love to have you. Even chat, come up, and yeah, maybe you'll do a dance of us in the polka pit.
Yeah.
Wow, no, I prefer the button box.
The jig.
Well,
I got 5 days to learn how to polka.
I got lots of Nuki CDs in
Yeah.
the car if you want some music.
Bernard, you guys still on? I just had dinner.
We're wrapping up, Bernard. We're done for the night.
So I
Yeah.
got to go to the beer store before Bernard before Saturday.
All right. So
For
I'm
his
Lauren.
work.
I'm Lauren from OVR. Thanks for joining us tonight, and thanks for having me, Trackside and James.
Yeah.
And I will see as many of you as I possibly can on Saturday. And Chris, I will see you Friday. James, I'll see you probably Friday.
Just let me know when you need. I'll be there.
I will. And Trackside, I will see you at dawn of Dark 30.
Dawn
I've
of
heard
Dark
that
30
magic
Saturday.
number, Dawn.
The dawn of Dark 30.
You bring
On the road
coffee
by
for him to
5.
keep him awake, right?
Just some trucker pills.
We're gonna have to find
All
what
right.
was it that we got at Harvey's? It was like Red Bull, but it was a slushy.
Oh,
You remember that?
that was funny.
And I'm like,
Oh,
I'm ready
my.
for round 2.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, the more you drink, the polka is easy. There's a polka pit? I didn't know there was a polka pit.
Oh, there will be.
Yeah.
Especially when he does the polka version of Tillsonburg or roll up the barrel.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, everybody knows roll up the
Or
barrel.
one over the barrel.
Yeah. I just want the kiss me,
Hey,
kiss me. I love
Primal,
polka.
welcome.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. So, and
No,
look for the Schmingy brothers. They might make an appearance at the show. The Schmingy brothers polka.
Schmingy?
Schmingy.
Schminny.
Yeah, Mikey and James must know that Schmingy brothers. They might be making a guest appearance at the event.
You never know.
You never know. There might even be a couple celebrities in the crowd. You just don't know.
Yeah, you just never know who's going to walk through the door. Could be
Yeah.
Rod Stewart.
Could be a retired Maple Leaf alumni. You never know.
Maybe Trackside Mike coming in.
Could be trackside Mike going, hey, hey.
Keep it on the tracks.
Mike will be there kissing babies and
Yeah.
That's my line.
Shaking hands and meeting and greeting everybody
Yeah,
and
yeah.
enjoying the awesome day of railroad modelers and enthusiasts of all
I
kinds.
tried to take down the Lawrence Street for you, but they wouldn't come off.
Yeah, we don't need you to make a B&E until after the event there, James. We're good.
But actually, that Lawrence Street does cross the tracks, though. I stood on the tracks taking the picture.
Like Spit Rock said, let's put that last comment up there. We'll close that one. Exactly.
Okay.
Kissing hands, shaking babies. At the end of the day, guys, it's all about the greater good of the model train community, and that's what this event's all about.
Yeah. So till the next one, folks.
They're gone.
You know it. Keep it on the tracks.